would have been a perfect situation for, Fournier to step in,
Do something.
and just complete goose egg. Classic new guy move. You show up to the job first day and you do absolutely nothing. You set the bar very low. You don't want to go in and
Yeah.
start doing everything because now that's what they're expecting out of you every night. So
This
we've
is by
all been at
design.
the new job. You don't want to do little to the point where they just might can you, which is Fournier's bordering on with the performance that he had. But you want to do the bare minimum on your first day. So shout out to Fournier, new guy move. Hopefully he can pick it up a little bit. But yeah, like John mentioned, I mean, one of the worst debuts that I can remember, certainly in recent history.
I'm trying to think of one to go this horribly. Because you know what? What's funny is like realistically, he had to do. It wasn't like a controversial move. I mean, I think people are like, "Oh, cool, some help. I can't wait to see what this guy does." He had to do so little to feel good about it, and now he's put
so little.
He put a bullseye on his back now because everyone's like, "What?"
A lot of water cooler talk tomorrow.
Right.
Water cooler talk tomorrow.
Because
new guy.
Let's be real.
I think Luke Cornett it was just too much pressure, guys. I mean, listen, 10 points in 8 minutes. How do you follow that after you were already ice cold to start the game?
But let's be real. For most people, if you watch a lot of NBA, you've seen Evan Fournier play. You're somewhat familiar with his game. If you're if you're a casual, but even still, Jimmy's like, I've never seen a highlight of him.
I stand by that.
You've heard the name, you've seen him a few times. You're like, oh yeah, he's that guy who plays for whatever. Yeah, I know him.
Jimmy, you looked at the Aaron Gordon highlights, but you didn't look at Fournier highlights.
Yeah, but no joke.
Not yet.
But for most people, this is like literally their introduction to him. They don't have a clue what. You see stats, you see numbers, that's about it. You don't know anything. So you're literally seeing what this guy can do for the first time. And there's a lot of people who are going to be like, wait, what? Like, that's it?
I don't think Danny's going to have a problem re-signing this guy.
Right. Can't wait
to get the extension done tonight.
Can't wait to give this guy 4 and 80 in the offseason.
Yeah.
That was the worst version of Fournier we saw.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I hope so. 0 for 10. I mean, I can't believe there's a worse version, but I mean, I guess we'll find out. But and like John said, before he came on, that run they had at the end of the game, dampened the plus minus because it was much worse.
Yeah, it was minus 24 before he came in on that last stretch there, minus 23.
He might have been able to tie the game too if he didn't lean into that 3 or deep 2, whatever that was in the final minute or two there. That was the issue with him tonight too. He not only wasn't hitting his shot, but he wasn't keeping the ball moving either. He got like one short roll past the Tatum in the corner for an open look, but other than that, he was just largely uninvolved. I thought he wasn't on the ball nearly enough, which is where he makes his plays. And
some clever stuff here. Evan the Terrible and much debut about nothing. I like that. I like it.
See, that's something that John would put on the lower third.
That's one of mine.
Review about nothing.
That's a classic Xanis banner, right?
Gotta play on Wall
Absolutely.
maybe.
Oh, I love that. We got a educated Shakespearean audience tonight. But yeah, that was tough.
That was a
man.
dud. No way around it. I mean, like I said, he had no Brown tonight, so I mean, you would think that he gets a little bit more space, a little bit more authority to play his game a little bit. He's not worried about. I got to get to this guy, got to get to that guy. I want to take a step back, but I don't know.
Bad misses by him, bad misses by Smart.
Fair point here, DJ.
Bad misses by both of them just powered the Pelicans transition attack too.
I'm leaving that alone.
Yeah, how did we forget that?
That's true.
Fair point.
It doesn't get worse than that, right?
That doesn't get worse than that. Fournier had me longing for. What's that, Jimmy?
He tried to come close.
He tried.
With facts.
Fournier had me longing for Nesmith minutes.
Ooh.
My question now is: you have Smart, you have Fournier, Brown, Tatum, Kemba. Is there any ball time for Fournier in that group? Like, that's the question you do have to ask out of tonight, seeing what he did. He's not going to go 0-10 again, obviously, but you do have to ask, is there enough ball time for Fournier to succeed? Because I've seen people describe him as a knockdown shooter and a catch and shoot off ball guy. And I think he can work within the flow of the offense, but he did what he did in Orlando this year through significant ball time. I'd say as much as 35%.
That's a problem. here.
That could be a problem.
Yes, that's going to be.
I think that's where the Gordon Hayward comparisons come into play, right? Because obviously he's not that caliber player, or at least what Hayward was before he came to the Celtics, or whatever you fall in that conversation. But that knockdown shot is obviously a big reason why he's here with the Celtics, because I think with Tatum and Brown, you need someone like that, and that's been the biggest hole in that starting lineup. I mean, Marcus Smart just isn't that guy. So you look at other options, and when you look at Fournier, if he's knocking that down, obviously it changes things. But also he has that, like we talked about, what we saw in the first quarter, when he puts the ball on the floor, that dynamic to him. You put him with that second unit. I think it's a good piece to have for the Celtics. It's a solid piece to have. 20 points per game heading into this one. Obviously, we didn't get to see any of that, but that blend of both is the reason why I think he's here for Boston for sure.
Well, I'll say this: he's got to come off the bench. He cannot get lost in the fold with the starters. He's got to be the sixth man. He's got to have time in these games where the ball's in his hands. Because tonight, and again, you could use the excuse that he doesn't know the offense yet. It's his first day here, but he did not get the ball enough by any means. It was just toss out, dumps, a few transition runs with inexcusable misses on his part. I'm not making excuses for him, but he wasn't set up all that well to succeed tonight.
I think 230 hitters a little harsh, but I think I know. I mean, John's been a little harsh. I mean, he's definitely sub 300 hitter if we're talking baseball. He's like a good defensive outfield. Like he's like Jackie Bradley.
He's
Jr.
like fat Jackie Bradley. Fine.
If Smart's Derek Jeter, the Celtics are in good shape.
That wasn't the comparison, Bobby.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all that.
Keep missing my points, but that's all right.
Yeah, right.